Due to the subpar skills of this gamer, your discretion is advised.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am Sully. So patch 8.3 is live in Battle for Azeroth, and if you are a new player or you are a returning player and you're interested in Survival Hunter but not quite sure how to get started, well, I may be able to help you. So this is part 1 of 2 videos. In this one, we're going to cover mostly PvE. We're going to try to help you set up your hunter for leveling and at max level. Now, we're not going to cover essences too much because that would make for much too long of a video. So we're going to make an essence video in the future. And part 2, we're going to cover PvP. Now, this is a very basic guide, so if you're a seasoned hunter, you may not get anything out of this. But if you're looking for some tips, let's get going. Okay, guys, so let's get into it. So, real quick, some truth bombs. Survival Hunter is not easy to play. Out of all the 3 hunter specs, it is the most difficult to play well. It requires so much more attention and so much more effort. It doesn't do huge crits, big numbers, nothing like that. Alright, so if you're still interested, let's get into the build. So, before the build, let's talk about our pets real quick. So, this right here, this is a Versatility pet. It has Leech, which helps you heal, but Versatility also has Primal Rage, which is just hero, pretty decent cooldown that gives you a ton of haste. And for survival hunters, haste is very important. So this is what we bring to a group when the group doesn't have a shaman or someone that has an ability like this. So this is a DPSing pet. That's a great PvP pet as well, but we're not talking about PvP in this video. Alright, so that's our DPSing pet for dungeons. This right here is our leveling pet. This is a tenacity pet. It has more HP, so it gives us this buff. And then training, a little bit more HP. But what's more important is this right here, Shell Shield. Tenacity pets, some tenacity pets have this special ability. It reduces damage taken by 50% for 12 seconds. You definitely need this for leveling. So, at max level, your poisons will be 100% of your damage all the time. That's true 100% of the time. So, you want to maintain that in as many targets as you can. As you can see, my build here, this is called a poison cleave. That's what I call it. This is centered around spreading poisons to as many targets as possible. So, for level 15, Viper's Venom and Alpha Predator are the only true picks here. Although in terms of entanglement, it has its, I guess, niche uses, but Viper's Venom, what it does is when you're spamming Raptor Strike or Mungus Bite, your Serpent Sting can proc for free and does 250 initial damage. So when it first hits your target, it'll hit super hard. I've seen it crit for about 30k, and that's just our poison. Alpha Predator, if you're brand new, you don't know how to manage your focus yet, and you want an extra range option, Alpha Predator is the way to go. It gives your kill command 2 charges. That means that's much more focus you're refunding. Most players run. This is the build right here. You'll see most people run. Right here. This is the cookie cutter standard build right here. I don't like cookie cutter. I don't like being forced to play one way. Alright. So, 30, Guerrilla Tactics, right here. Again, yeah, this is Alpha Predator and Guerrilla Tactics. That's 100% of, 99% of hunters run this. I don't like it. Your bombs do a lot of damage. If you're running Alpha Predator and you're running Guerrilla Tactics, you have to run Wildfire Infusion as well to get the most benefits out of those abilities. Survival Hunter is a synergistic spec. That means all these other abilities work with other abilities to give you the most damage. So, Guerrilla Tactics gives you 2 bombs. I prefer to spread my poison. And that's what Viper's Bite does. It shoots 3 bolts instead of 1, thus spreading your poison around everywhere. Now, at lower levels, leveling 100% go with Butchery until like level 80, level 90. Then your poisons will start bidding it in damage, but until then, Butchery is your top dog for leveling. 45 for PvE. It's really Trailblazer's nothing. It's really natural mending, and camouflage. Camouflage has its uses in raids where you want to sneak around certain things, or even dungeons, mythic dungeons. But most of the time, this is what you want right here. At 60, there's only one choice for PvE. That's it. I'm not even going to cover the other ones. This is what you want. Alright? At 35, it's really whatever you feel like. Really. I mean, if you want to be a mensch in mythic dungeons and run binding shots to help your tank, you can do that. Post haste gives you a little boost after you disengage, and this helps you get your aspects back quicker. Now level 90, that's the big talk. So first, flanking strike. Blizzard, why even make it if it's worthless and you put it in a role where there's 2 other fantastic abilities? It's just pointless. It's a really cool looking ability, and the idea of it's great, but it does no damage. So Mongoose Bite is what they want you to run 100% of the time for all of your content. I hate being forced to play one way, like I said. I like Tip of the Spear. Tip of the Spear, whenever I kill command, it gives me a buff to my Raptor Strike. Mongoose Bite gives itself a buff. Tip of the Spear gives your Raptor Strike a buff. At 100, again, Wildfire Infusion is how they want you to play. I prefer Birds of Prey. It extends my burst. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this. Latent Poison used to do a lot more damage. It still does okay damage. It used to do a lot more, but they nerfed it, so I don't really run Latent Poison that much. Now, Blur Talons, when you're bursting, you get a huge agility buff. So you want as many of Blur Talons and Wilderness Survivals as you can. Wilderness Survival makes your Mongoose and your Raptor Strike hit even harder and reduces the cooldown of your bombs. So if you're going that Alpha Predator, Guerrilla Tactic, Wildfire Infusion build, you definitely want as many Wilderness Survivals as you can. Alright, so these two big ones, you definitely want as many of them as possible. And then for your inner rings, it really doesn't matter what you pick. I mean, it's really up to you. Overwhelming Powers, great. Undulating Tides, great. Elemental Whirls, great. So it's really whatever you want. Alright. Now, don't be like me. Do not pick Dire Consequences over Wilderness Survival. Do not pick Venomous Fang over Wilderness Survival until you get much more experience and you know what you're doing and you're comfortable. For me, I like to play differently from everyone else. So that's why I have Dire Consequences here. My kill command does a bit more damage. This is mostly for PvP. As a survival hunter, you have to kite 100% of the time. So this gives my kill command a good little buff to it. So that's why I like this. Here's my second stack of Blur Talons. Definitely want that. This is a new piece of gear, so it has a new ability. This is a N'Zoth piece of gear, corrupted piece of gear. So you have a Heart of the Darkness, which I haven't played around with yet. So, and again, this right here, you want Primeval Intuition. Just one though, because it does not stack. It does not stack your focus. It gives you 20 extra focus. It does not stack it, and it gives you a crit buff as well. So you just need one. Again, you see I have 2 stacks of Dire Consequences. Not the most efficient way to play. You definitely want Wilderness Survival, but I like Dire Consequences. That's how I play. See, there's Latent Poison down there too. You can go 3 Latent Poison if you want to. It still does good damage. If you're new to the game or whatever class you're playing, you're not sure what to pick, Versatility is 100% for every class, every spec. You can go Versatility all the time. And especially true for survival hunters. Versatility and Haste. You want those to be around 15 to 20%. And then Mastery, and then Crit, and you're good to go. Like I said, we're not going to spend too much time on this. We have 3 new ones. We have the Formless Void. We have Spark of Inspiration. And we have Breath of the Dying. Those are the new ones. Now, you want Lucid Dreams. You want that as a minor. And you want Conflict and Strife as a minor. Both of these gives you huge versatility buffs. This is great for PvP as well, but versatility increases your damage, increases your healing. You want as much of that as possible. But your biggest DPSing essence is definitely the Focused Iris. You want that as soon as possible. Alright, that is from a Mythic, I believe 3 or a Mythic, yeah, it's a 3 or 5, I think, dungeon. So you want that as soon as possible. Get that Mythic dungeon in. Get this. It does nasty DPS. This right here for all my PvE content, you're gonna see it is Focusing Iris is just nasty. I'm playing around with this. I'm working on a video for you guys to show you how this. We'll explain it later, but it's pretty nasty. All right, so this is what you want. This is usually a pretty good secondary as well. It usually goes here. So this is how I usually run it. And then for PvP, I switch Conflict and Strife in the middle. But yeah, this, the passive ability really buffs your DPS. So these two right here and this. This is what our PvE looks like. So when we open this guy up, we'll probably put Conflict and Strife up there for the extra versatility. Alright, so this is your PvE essence setup. We're done talking about it. So, now, damaging. So we are going to dismiss this pet. We are going to bring out our DPSing pet. Now, with this build here, our focus is to spread our poison as much as possible. So we have our macro, our pet's going to go in, we're going to spread our poison, we're going to get that focus back with kill command, we're going to set ourselves up so our bombs, it cones out, so it hits as many targets as possible. Refresh our poisons. If this is all you do, guys, you'll be fine DPS wise. Alright, now Iris, this is how Iris works. It works again in a long beam, so you want to set yourself up to hit as many targets as possible. See that? Just make sure your poisons stay up the whole time, and take advantage of your kill command buff on your Raptor Strike. Alright, and then you just keep your bomb on cooldown. Pay attention to your poisons. That's it. That's it. Let's recall our pet. That's basically it, guys. So PvE, just pay attention to your poisons. Lower levels, it's all about that butchery and pay attention to your focus. Manage that. And then higher levels, just spread your poisons and track your buffs. That's it. So I hope it helps. And I will see you guys in the PvP portion.